So while we're waiting on Ryan to come back in, let me ask you guys a question. When you look at those three empty drives, what do you believe it broke down for Carolina? Was it pre-snap, protection, the play call, or the QB? Will you go first?
So you said that the three were what again?
I said, when you look at those three empty drives, the three and outs, what do you believe it broke down for Carolina? Was it the pre-snap, protection, the play call, or the QB?
I think it was protection and play call.
Okay. Why?
Those I think were the two main points here. And based off what Poppin explained, maybe the play calls were that way so they could evaluate the depth at guard. And of course, I'm speculating, but that's my thoughts.
Poppin, what you think, Poppin? We done saw you on camera now. Don't try to hide now.
Oh no, I ain't hiding. I done been on this camera so many times.
Yeah. You want me to read the question again?
No, because I think it's all of them. That's my problem.
Okay.
I can't just pick one. I think it was all of them. Those first three drives was on everybody. Some people are worse than others. Some people didn't step up, and I know it's sensitive for me to talk about Bryce, but that's not my whole conversation. But everybody looked.
Hey, give your opinion, brother. Give your opinion.
Yeah, it was everything, anything and everything you can think of. It all looked bad. It did. The play caller, the protection, the quarterback, the pre-snap, all of it was bad.
Yeah.
When you look at those three empty drives, where do you believe the breakdown for Carolina happened? Do you think it was the pre-snap, the protection, the play call, or the QB?
I don't think it was either of those, Tony.
Wow.
Now it's a word that I'm trying to figure out to use. When you have different components that have different jobs, but they have to play in sequence. What is that called?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is that usually called? When you have to play together as one unit, regardless of the jobs that you may have on the field. What is that called?
It's called team.
Well, it's a
teamwork.
But you have to play in alignment. If somebody is not aligned, just like the offensive line, they say continuity. That's the word I'm looking for.
Right.
Continuity. Okay. So this is a preseason game, correct? Where the coaches are trying to identify what parts play well together. Now, Tony, tell me, are you going to be able to identify that in regular season, or would you like to identify that there before regular season?
Identify where the problem is that what you're asking me?
No, what components of this unit, which is the team, that means the individuals that have been assigned to a certain position, how well do they play with their other counterparts? And with the schematic system, you identify based on a mismatch or based on the strength of your unit where they should be placed in what specific time based on who they're playing. So
you want to find that. You want to find that out in the preseason, not the regular season. You want to have the answer before the regular season start, hopefully.
So I say this. Why I say it's neither of those, because there's no continuity with those players, only in practice when they're playing against each other. Buffalo finished in the top 12. I say top 12 in the NFL in total defense. They're not a slouch defense. And other than them having a different defensive coordinator, that's the only thing that has changed. Similar to our offensive coordinator coming in and creating a different, I guess you could say, not scheme, but his variation of how he wants to display the offense is different than how Canales. The pitch count, everything is different. So if there's no continuity within the offense before regular season during a live game, why do you expect everything to flow as though they playing in the regular season? And under my understanding, preseason is an opportunity for you to actually see what you have drafted up in the practice. Similar to a rough draft that you write prior to finishing an essay. You have a teacher that writes all kind of red marks on your paper, disrespects your paper entirely, that you put all this effort into writing you thought was so great. Then the teacher comes in and marks it up like this wrong, incomplete sentence, da 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 da. That's what preseason is for. Preseason is an opportunity for you to actually, and it's not for the fans. That's why I say preseason is not for the fans, because it's an opportunity for the coaches and the players to see what they actually have prior to the regular season. Because they're going to make adjustments. They got 3 more now. Those everybody that plays preseason doesn't make the team. But you know who does make the
Right.
team? The first unit. You know who they're actually trying to identify who works well with the first unit? The 2s and 3s that they're evaluating, as well as what scheme works well. So I don't feel like it's something wrong with the quarterback. I don't feel like it's something wrong with the play calling. And what was the other option you ran? You ran three separate options, Tony.
The pre-snap
The pre-snap. The pre-snap.
or the
Now,
QB.
I just don't agree with it. I don't feel like it's either of those three. I just feel like we're not allowing. We want to see a finished product in preseason. How ridiculous does that sound? How ridiculous does that sound to expect a finished product in preseason when you got a 17 game season? And then
Right.
say that we need to just throw it all away. We don't have talent here. We don't have these guys made it to the NFL. They're not, no player is trash. I understand fans want to say he's trash, they trash because they couldn't do something to the expectation of the fan. But no player is trash that gets to the NFL. Players are put in position to either succeed or fail. If the finished product provides the success, the player is looked at as being great or a possibility of being a Hall of Fame or whatever, or put in a position to win. If the opportunity does not go well, then they looked at as trash. I don't. It seems like there's no gray area with the fan with some fans. So that's just my opinion.